Hey, it's your girl Ashley. I am starting a vlog about being sandwiched in between taking care of your aging parents and your young children. First and foremost, I would like to thank you all for your prayers, your encouragement, and the conversations that it has opened. A lot of people reached out to me and told me that they were in the same situation and they really didn't have a community to talk to. So this is an opportunity for us to start that. Um, Through this journey, I have come to learn different things, and I want to share what I've learned with you. The first lesson I've come to learn, and that's probably the most important with any relationship, whether it be your spouse, your children, or your parents, is to keep the lines of communication open. Have the best understanding of what your parents may need, what you may need, and what your limitations are, because you do have limits. So, today, my kids worked at home with me. Typically, they would be in school, so that was a little different. And my mother came to my house and we ate lunch and we were able to watch TV and I was able to work. And so I had my mom and my children in the house with me while I was working from home. Now, that might not be everybody's arrangement. I'm grateful that it is mine. Um, and so after I got off of work, the plan is to come to the hospital. As you can see, I'm in the parking deck. I'm finna go in the hospital to see my dad. My dad called me earlier. He wanted lunch, but I had a work meeting, so I wasn't able to come up here and bring him lunch. I said, I'll bring you dinner. And he was flexible. So I'm bringing him his dinner because he hates the hospital food. And that has been my saving grace. So I would definitely encourage anyone that has to take care of their aging parents and their young children, keep the lines of communication open. And don't think because your children are little that they don't understand. My son is 5 years old and my daughter is 2, and they understand that mommy is going to the hospital to see granddaddy. And sometimes they can come and sometimes they can't come. But when they can't come, they be like, Mommy, can I have a piece of candy? And I was like, okay, I'll give you a piece of candy. So I keep the lines of communication open even with my babies so that they know what's going on. And my son is 5 and he loves having his grandma around. So he'll be like, his grandma coming over today. If it's not my mom, then he looking for his Gigi. So he loves being around his grandparents. And honestly, when they are there, I can get so much done. By my mom just coming to the house and sitting on the sofa, not doing anything else, but sitting on the sofa, I was able to get my work done. And she was able to kind of tame the kids while I was working from home. So that was a pro for me. Now, the second thing that I have come to learn the importance of is learning my parents' medication. So my mom has multiple sclerosis, so she has a very detailed regimen of what she needs to take and when and why. And then there's a certain level of importance. So some medicine she can take as needed, and some medicine she needs to take on a daily basis, such as her Keppra. So Keppra allows her to keep her seizures at bay. And if she doesn't have a Keppra, she may have a pseudo seizure. So some pharmacies may run out and we have to pivot. And some insurance companies may not cover it in certain seasons. So we may have to find an alternative. And so just knowing those things to make sure she's properly medicated is very important. I learned out of all my dad's medicine, right now what is most important is his potassium. He's been taking potassium by capsule and by IV, but it still wasn't enough to get his potassium up to the right level. So we had to also have him eat bananas. Since he's been in a hospital, you have to have a banana actually added to your nutritional plan. And for some odd reason, they didn't know how to figure it out. So I wasn't going to pay $5 for them to give him a banana anyway. So I went to the store, brought him some bananas so that he could have a banana with his breakfast, lunch, and dinner to increase his potassium intake. Now, prior to this experience, I couldn't tell you their medicine. But now I'm better educated with their medication. And what I also understand is you knowing what medicine they need, you can help navigate someone else to give them the proper medicine in your absence. So just having an ideal of where it is, when they're supposed to take it. If you can't get there, you can tell your cousin or a friend, hey, can you go over to my parents' house and administer their medication to them? Everything is properly labeled. So that has been a saving grace for me. And the last thing that I would like to like wrap up before I go into the hospital and see my dad is the medical center at Atrium gives you tablets, and they're a better communication source than waiting on the nurse or the doctors, because the doctors and the nurses honestly don't communicate with each other. I ask the nurse something and she'll be just deer in headlights, and I'll ask the doctor something and he'll be a deer in headlights. So they gave me a tablet, and with the tablet I get to see all his medications, I get to see all his vitals, I get to see whatever's going on with him that they can't communicate, which I don't understand, because they put it on this tablet to make it accessible to me, but evidently I don't know if they're reading it themselves. However, it is a great tool. So if you ever have a parent that's staying in the Atrium Medical Center and you want better understanding of what's going on with their health, please ask for a tablet. It's not something that you'll be able to keep in their room 24/7, but it will be able to give you a snapshot of what is going on. So I just went on my rant today because I got such an outpouring support. I just really want to pay it forward and let people know you're not alone. This is not easy, but God didn't put anything on you that's too hard for you. And you do have a support system. And as many people as have reached out to me to say, if you need to vent, if you need to talk to anybody, the door is open. I can listen as well as share my story too. So it's not one-sided. My prayer life is very, very strong. So I stay very encouraged. My cup is full. Matter of fact, it's overflowing. And I have a really, really good support system outside of my parents. I have a solid friendship support system. I have a strong work-based support system, which is very rare. And I have a strong prayer life. So I would definitely encourage everyone to get that. Now, I'm going to pause the video because my dad likes the New China Buffet in Macon, Georgia. He loves this place. We low-key call it Rats and Cats, but it's just an inside joke for us. But he loves it. So I went to New China Buffet. I got him some honey chicken. And I got him some some beef broccoli. That's what he wanted. And so I know he's been salivating. He's been waiting all day for this, because I was supposed to bring it to him on my lunch break, but I had to pivot because I had a work meeting. So I told him I would bring it to him for his dinner. So I'm going to share his reaction when he receives his meal. And I just want you to know that I do appreciate all of you. I can't say that enough. And I encourage you all to continue to go on this journey with me. And if you have any additional resources that I may not be privy to, I'm open for suggestions. Drop them in my DMs. Send me a message. And thank you. Thank you for everything. Talk to you later. Bye.